This is not gonna go in.
You don't think so?
No. I know so. Shit, dry over here.
Why it makes you dry?
Tvbnks just got exposed in the worst way. But before we get into that, we have to start at the beginning. Now, for those of you who don't know who Tvbnks is, Tvbnks started off streaming on TikTok and Twitch back in 2023, where he used to give life advice to younger men about dating and about life, what to do out of high school or what to do in high school, or I guess just life in general. He kind of sort of revolutionized the game when it comes to clipping, when it comes to making short form content. He knew that people had a short attention span and needed dopamine hits on their brain. He was one of the first people to put a video gameplay under a video when he was talking, and then he sped it up so that his voice would be pitched and that it's just that more engaging.
What do you do when your son brings home his third girl of the week versus when your daughter brings home a nigga? Great question. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I'll keep it about the child. If my son brings home a girl, I'm cool with that. And I told y'all. I lost my around 15, right? That's me. Now, I know a lot of you think I gained like that. You know, I know a lot of you don't. I lost my 15. And I ain't gonna lie. How was it? It was magnificent. Now, actually, it wasn't magnificent because I didn't know what I was doing. But listen, so I'm saying that to say this, right? If my son told me, hey, Dad, I lost my, here's the thing. I told my dad when I lost my 15. I came to my dad and said, yo, can you come in my room right quick? I told him. He was like, thank you, son, for telling me. He got me up. He was like, thank you, son. Thank you for believing and trusting in me. I was like, you're welcome, bro. I grabbed me up.
Now, he probably fried all down generations under Gen Z. That's probably why Gen Alpha's reading level is so low. What is the word? I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say. Needless to say, he was going mega viral in 2024 and he was going mega viral in 2025. He even made it to Streaming University class 2025. With him going so viral with this advice and this what he would do and what to do when you're dating this and how to have sex with this person and how many women and all these other things, obviously he attracted a very young audience, male audience.
You catch your girl smashing another dude in your bed, what's your first reaction? It depends. If me and that girl is locked in like this, right? We boyfriend and girlfriend, we husband and wife. I'm coming in with a shotgun with a switch, a Spaz 12 from Modern Warfare 2. Doom, 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 doom. I'm lighting niggas up. If that's my actual wife, like I put aside all my pride to ask you to marry me. We have kids together, a family. I'm going to take the Spaz 12 from fucking Modern Warfare 2 and just light niggas up. Niggas gonna hear this shit and be like, God damn. Fuck is it, the Avengers fighting that nigga house? I'm gonna start doing combos and shit. I'm gonna start jumping off the beds and shit. Doom, 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 just spinning around. I'm lighting niggas up with a dual wheel AA-12s. That's insane. Nigga coming there like this. Doom, 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 doom. Bro, I'm gonna be spinning around and shit. I'm throwing this shit in the air, reloading this shit. I'm gonna have so much fun with it. I'm glad you just made it easy for me.
People, Bumble, I'm gonna say he is S tier. I'm gonna say Black in his early days to like the end of 2022 was like A tier. If you ever use like Bumble, that's just like a D tier, F tier. That app is dumb. I only linked with one girl over Bumble, and I remember she was from Iraq or Pakistan. No, I think she was from Pakistan. And she told me what country she was from. Crack that joke the first time I met her. That was insane. She was from Pakistan. Bumble was ass though. But she was Pakistan, I remember that. I remember when I was cracking that joke. She said something crazy. She's like, ah.
Most of his viral videos came from kind of acting like a big brother to the younger male audience that he was attracting. How to talk to girls, how to date girls, how to do this, when I lost my virginity, how to lose your virginity. Just these types of examples of what young men are typically thinking about in America or his audience. Because let's be honest, we all were young. I'm 25. When I was 15, little TMI, that's when I lost my virginity. Me and Tvbnks have just so happened to lose our virginity at the same age. But this is what type of content that I would have want to engage with or listen to when I was 15. Now, when you have this type of reputation of getting girls, is whether you put it on yourself or it's given to you, you have the title of, oh, this dude get girls. And so when you have that title, people tend to look up to you, people tend to listen to you, and people tend to think that you're not a simp, that you just know how to operate around women. You're just the ultimate guru. Whether you want them to or not, this is what the title that you're going to be given.
Y'all saying that this is crazy to say? If a girl was to ask for something to meet on the first link, what you gonna do? I'm gonna say yeah. I take that back. I'm the method man. I'm gonna say no. Y'all want a girl to go crazier than what she normally do? Y'all want a girl to fiend for you? You want to build some sexual attention? You gotta say no. Swear to y'all not. Every time I've done that to a girl I really wanted to crack, nigga saying, so now we lying. I didn't say I didn't want to, but I know how to get nigga saying I like men. This is how I know you've never touched a woman in your life. The only thing you've ever touched is PlayStation sticks and Doritos on the weekend. That's a method. Anytime I really wanted to crack a jump, I'll say no. The first time, if it's the first day, I'll say no on purpose. Because by the next link, because most girls...
When you give advice like this and then something comes out to be completely opposite, this is where people call you a hypocrite or call you a LARPer or call you, what is the word that they use? Grifting. People will call you a grifter because you're teaching things that you do not yourself practice. And when we get to the clip where he gets exposed, it just makes it 10 times worse. But first, let's get into clips that lead up to the exposure.
Like, bro, you're gonna fall fast for the first girl that shows you some type of affection or any type of attention. The first girl that shows you anything. I don't give a fuck if you know she's a hoe. I don't give a fuck if you know about her background. I don't give a fuck if you know she fucks your man. I don't give a fuck what you know. When you going through some crazy shit like that, the first girl that, like, show you some affection, you gonna fall too fucking quick. Because, bro, at the end of the day, like, when niggas are going through shit, all a man wants is some love. All we want is comfort sometimes.
Hey, Tamari, now.
Now, I truly think that the clip was clickbait and it was just for content. It was just to get the clip. But there's always a little bit of truth in a joke for it to be funny. The fact that she say Tamari now gives you a little bit of insight how she actually speaks to him or how she treats Tvbnks. Now, how to get girls in dating content isn't the only content or the only advice that he was giving when he was blowing up in 2024, 2023, 2025, or even now. Even though I'm not sure what type of content that he makes now, I'm pretty sure it's the same. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But he did give pretty good advice sometimes. Even with the women, I would say that the advice would make you a little bit more successful. It wouldn't be how I would go about things now. But obviously it provided value to some people. Otherwise, he wouldn't be where he is today.
If you are currently trying to change your life and do better in life and do things different and shit, I'm gonna let y'all know right now. In a game like this, not even streaming, if you make it to the NBA, if you make it to the NFL, if you rap, no matter what the fuck you do, you can't have a girlfriend trying to be the best you can be. I'm gonna be honest with you. Sometimes it's gonna be very hard to have a girl around when you're doing some shit because they don't understand. And it's gonna distract you. Some girls, their whole mission is to knock you off your path. And they don't want you to grind. They don't want to see you work. They're gonna take your attention from things that you should be doing. A lot of times, a nigga will get in a relationship and fall off and fail only because he's prioritizing his girl over the things that really matter. And then when he loses that girl, he lost his girl, he lost his drive, and he lost everything. He lost everything. So it's like, I'm not saying you can't get a girl. I'm not saying you can't have some shit, your vibe, your wife, or whatever. But if you're gonna grind, she has to be a woman that understands she gotta take a step back and let you do what you gotta do. And if she does not understand that, then she's not the one for you, because everything that you're doing is for you and her and the future that y'all gonna build anyway. And if she can't understand that shit, then she can't be around. If she gonna say you work too much, she can't be around. I'm working too much so I can never work again. You think a nigga trying to do this shit in 10, 15, 20 years? Or do you think we trying to go somewhere where the sun is bright and the water is blue?
The most important times is, I would even start back even earlier than 19. I would say 17 to 28. You should be trying to work as hard as you can to whatever goal you're trying to attain, because adding another person to that who doesn't see the vision or understand what you're trying to build, it makes it 10 times harder to do that. It makes it 10 times harder to focus on your goals. So if you are goal oriented, I would say the worst thing that you can do is add another person who doesn't see the goal or doesn't see the potential that you can have at achieving that goal. Now, you can get in a relationship and do it, but it's some things that you have to do to remind that person that this is what I want and this is what we're working towards. And then on the other hand, you have the clips where he's making his money, putting his name out there, putting his brand out there to make himself more popular, to appeal to more people other than the audience that he obviously already has.
You want to see?
You said 4 books. Nah,
Look,
who they are,
look.
Hold on, wait.
No, look.
You know what she's doing? Chat, hold on, never fall for this method. When a girl specifically says look, they pick the app that they have the
I'm
least
not
amount of
picking
emotion
nothing.
on.
It's right here.
Hold
look.
on. Get out of my face real quick. I have PTSD. When the girl says look, 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 and they're trying to convince you they have nothing on their phone, they're going to go to something that has the least amount of motion, that's flooded with other girls. That way they be like, look, I'm not really talking to nobody.
I pulled that method way too many times.
You pulled that method way too many times? Even you just confirmed it.
She's saying she's never pulled that method. I ain't gotta do shit. I'm showing you.
I'm looking at this big ass ruler. If a nigga shit all the way the fuck out here and you say this ain't enough, we need to exterminate you because you need to be in porn. There's no way. Bitches in porn, they can even moan to this. Look at this shit, man. If I cut off the rest of this ruler. Chat, do y'all not see how much meat that is? Look at all that, man. That is a lot of shit. Lucky nigga ain't pull out one of these. Because I was about to measure. I ordered this because I'm measuring my meat later. I had to see if I gained my shit back. But as I'm looking at this ruler, hold on. You talking about you want a nigga all the way out here. That is not possible, gang. You bitches, niggas that's genetically modified. These niggas was drinking HGH as a young kid. How was a nigga shit all the way out here, bro? That shit is ridiculous. You better take, listen, I ain't gonna expose directly what my shit is, but you better take what I can give. You gonna suck what come out these jeans. Look at this shit, man. I'm all the way out here and shit. That's a lot of meat. That's a lot of meat. Just be selfish and shit. Imagine a nigga gave you a hot dog that was that long. You be like, damn, that's a lot of hot dog on my plate. Okay, so that's a lot of I'm just being a just keep it up. Shit, with the curve on the left, nah, my shit got a slight curve to it, but my shit ain't like, I ain't got one of them jumps. That shit crazy.
Them having relations isn't the exposure part to me, at least, because Tvbnks even said that he doesn't care if his member down there ever got leaked because he was confident in his size. Why would he be embarrassed at that size?
So you gotta think about it. If my dick was to get leaked, I wouldn't even be embarrassed. I stand on business about my shit. My shit is Godzilla sized. If every time I go take a shit, my shit the toilet seat and the toilet water and break the ceramic in the toilet, why would I be embarrassed about my shit being seen?
But the embarrassing part and the exposure part is it's dry over here.
Shit's dry over here.
Nobody wants to hear that. No man wants to hear that. Oh, you're making me dry. He even asked, I make you dry?
Before I make you dry?
It's just embarrassing. And then for millions of people to see that, and then we're like, oh, his reputation kind of is over because he's not that good in the bed, even though he says that he has this big member. This is just crazy to talk about. Now, we don't know who exactly leaked the videos of Tvbnks and Celine. I keep saying Celine, Cameron Levine. But there's only two parties who I would assume that has these videos, and it's either Cameron or it's either Tvbnks. And those are the only people who could leak each other unless they got hacked by AI or somebody who's just out to get them to leak them. I don't think Tvbnks or Cameron Levine are just high on somebody's priority list to get their news out there to defamate them. I think this was some type of revenge corn, or just having to somebody sent something and it just got around and then somebody else posted that. That's the only ways I think that it could have been leaked out, because right now it seems like this is a criminal case because revenge corn is crazy.
I'm seeing this right after I had sex with this man. The next day, I spent the night after his little Minecraft marathon. We was doing everything you could think of, and oh, I saw your rings you left there, just letting you know who you're really dealing with. I know you're gonna run to him about this information, laugh my ass off. He's blocked, by the way, so he extra bored, missed sloppy seconds. He also was trying to kiss on me and touch on me this Thursday night, LOL. So boom, I see that, and I'm like, he's like, da-da-da, she's lying. And I looked at some of the dates, and some of the shit, I admit she was probably capping some, because I was with him for certain days, like, literally, some of the days during the time frame when I look at all the DMs, I was like, wait, I low-key was with him. If an ex is hitting someone's phone, the new girl's phone, more likely as a girl, I'm not hitting nobody's phone unless I'm really, like, that's my man. You know, like, he's lying to you and he's really on me. Me and him were talking, it was serious, I really liked him. I was still definitely Snapchatting guys during this time frame from Miami to, yes. Me and him were talking, it was serious, I really liked him. I was still definitely Snapchatting guys during this. She was still Snapchatting niggas. At 24 years old. I would ask her, are you still talking to people? She would say, I'm still Snapchatting people.
I was still definitely Snapchatting guys.
Now let me know if you think this situation is going to ruin Tvbnks, or do you think that he's not going to skip a beat or miss a step and just continue to move on with his life and his content career? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Love y'all. Y'all have a blessed day.